Hello friends, welcome to my capstone project. Today I am going to show you a game made using PictoBlox XR Studio. It's a racing game full of danger and thrill. My main objective behind making this game is to explain some of the key features of PictoBlox that we should not ignore. But before going to the explanation, let's see the game first.
You can make this number counting look elegant using some shape instead of using the same blocks block. But for now, I'm using this. I'm pressing W button to move forward, A and D for left and right respectively. I'm careful from this ball. See, even they are not sparing the tanks. Finally reaching to the helipad considers to be winning. So I am almost there and I won the scene. Okay, so let me explain the code now. So before explaining the code, let me go to the design. So here is the 3D design part. So this two spaceship I have downloaded from internet, and other items I have taken from PictoBlox library. And if you see, there are some boards, and you can see there are multiple cameras. So there if you see the layer pan, you will notice there's a main camera, and then there is a AR camera, AR camera 2, and then there will be another camera hidden in the car follow camera. So this car is attached with another camera, perspective camera. So this camera will be attached as a group with the car, so that when we are playing as a third party view, like without using the third party view block, using this we can achieve the similar result. So okay, and then another reason why I have chosen multiple cameras instead of moving the same camera in different location, because I believe PictoBlox will buffer the location for each camera. That way it will be easy and smooth transition between cameras. That's the one thing. And the second thing is, anytime I want to switch to a important part of the scene to see during my development time or during my design time, I can very well do that by just double clicking on respective camera. So like this. So that's another advantage of having multiple cameras. So in this project I haven't used multiple scene, only one scene I have prepared. And my main objective of making this game, as I said, is finding out the different features in PictoBlox. So let's see what else is there. So there is a bass sound, and under the bass sound I have changed the bass sound, and I have downloaded some royalty free music for the sports game that I have uploaded in this audio section, you can see. And other than that, giant character. So this character is a giant character, and C is physics enabled, and there is a ball which is also physics enabled, and there are some slabs and some barrels. So we'll be giving some force on the barrels so that it looks like the character actually push them, and showing the anger. So that's the motive. And there are some paths that I have hidden, so you may not see the path here during the run, but if I enable that path, you will see this is the path what is being followed by the camera. So there is two way you can move a camera. You can follow a path, or you can go to the animation and add animation, and then go to the transition, and you can create multiple states and it will transit. But that I feel it will more time taking process, whereas this way I can create a trajectory very easily, and I can save some time. So yeah, that's the motive. And then finally, if you hide it, nobody can see the lines. And how I draw this line, it is coming from this create path. So the path is a specific kind of attribute, or an object. If and only if you use path in the code section, if you go, there will be one particular block that will be activated only if you use path, and and only the paths will be visible under the drop down there. So okay, coming back to the code, it's loading. Please bear with me. Almost there. Okay, done. So let me start from the top. So this is the whole code, or the block code, and if I go up, this is the starting point. As you can understand, the flag, on click of flag, things will start. So you see, I am running two threads, because while so one more observation here. If you see, my capstone project was supposed to be little bigger than what it is. So I have saved some space from my capstone project, and how it is possible, I'm going to tell you. Before that, let me show you. So these are the different checkpoints of my PictoBlox project. So I want your attention here. So you see the fully loaded and the original. So there was a, this both are actually giving same look and feel of the project, but you can see in the second part I have the project size 6 megabyte more. So this is just an example. The size could be even dramatically higher, and how I saved it, that's one point I want to mention in this block. So in this block, you see I have cloned. So if you see, some of the objects are just for beautification or showcasing purpose, you can very well make them clone instead of using the design view and drawing them by hand. So that's what I have done, and I have saved some space. For me, the amount of clone I have done is not enough, so it not too much significant. That's why it was only 6 megabyte, but you might get a huge savings on the project size by using this strategy. And then another challenge you might feel, that you are copy pasting the same thing again and again, and then the road where I'm actually putting the left and right side blocks again and again. So these blocks, you might feel like they are little monotonous, they're looking same again and again. So you can overcome that by using some random block and some methods. You can create your own my block, this pink color thing, and then you can write your own method where you can use some random blocks, and you can switch between multiple scenes while laying off the road. So that way you can overcome. So I have not done up to that much. So this is sufficient for me, because my objective is different. I want to show the features, and I don't want to really go to the design part too much. So yeah, that's one thing. And then next is yeah, I want to show you this one. So you see, this heavy ball is what is being thrown. So at the beginning, I am trying to hide that green color ball, and it will appear when the time comes. And then I am setting the health with 1000 points, and then 10 times I'm repeating the cloning part. And then you see in the beginning of the video, if you go back and see again, you will see the trees are laying off at the beginning. That's what happening here. So this is the left side trees, and this is the right side tree of the road where the car is moving. So that's one thing. And then once this whole process is done, this preparation of like the pre-work before the game starts, whatever is done here, once it is done, I am sending a broadcast message, this one. So once this broadcast message 1 is sent, then all these blocks are getting activated when they are receiving, and everybody is running in parallel. So who are running in parallel, the tanks, multiple tanks will start moving, and they will be moving in some 30-second interval. That's what I have make in the animation section. Let me go there and show you the tanks animation. So I want them to last for 30 seconds, but ideally I should make them a little more long lasting, because when the game really started, that time also the tank should move. So if I go to any of the tank and go to the animation part, and if I expand this, you see it's for 30 seconds, and that's the transition I have created. And in the code section I have used the same transition. So coming back, oh, it's taking some time. Please bear with me. Okay, so I'm back. I'll scroll back to the position where I was discussing. So this is the message part where I was telling. So this tank animations, and then the aeroplane landing from the up, and then all the other tanks, and then music. This is the music, and then tank 3. Then when I receive message 1, then this is the camera. So you see the camera is pointing towards the aeroplane, and within 1 second, and then for 10 seconds it is following the path. So this is the drop down I was talking about. Once you create a path, all these 3 paths I have created, only these 3 paths are coming under this drop down. So you can follow any of this path forward or backward, and how long. So how long you want the audience to enjoy without getting bored, you can enter that much second, and then it's once it's done, it's sending the broadcast message. And parallelly, this is also happening where I am setting the physics world, where I am giving the physics property to some of the selective items, not everything, like the pillars, because that lady have to show her anger, and the pillars have to scatter apart, and most of the pillars I have given that thing, and then I have enabled the physics. And yeah, you could ideally enable the physics at the later, after adding the collision world. So ideally what I'm telling, I believe this is a better option. So first prepare all the collision world, and then you enable the physics. So okay, I don't know the implication inside the PictoBlox app, so leave it for now. So okay, these are the velocities I have added. So yeah, I'll not go into these details. Let's see what next. So once I send the broadcast message initial animation done, then these are the next level of animations happening. So this is the next level animation, where you see the fighter ships are moving up from the water, these two. Along with that, the camera is switching to the AR cam 2, where the giant character or the lady she's showing the anger, and then she's throwing things apart. So here I'm just moving the camera, and throwing things apart is happening in this parallel thread. In this parallel thread, you see the heavy balls are also being thrown, and physics are enabled for this. This is the right way of doing. So physics enabled after this, and then forever it's keep throwing the ball. Now the question is, if every time the ball gets fall on the road on the same place, then it's a boring game, right? So I have to bring some randomicity in the throwing ball. So that's what I have done here. Pick random between 100 to 350. I have tested between 100 to 350. If the z-axis, then I see the ball is falling in different part of the road. So that's giving me the randomness in every play of the game. And then I'm waiting for 20 seconds to make the destruction happen, and after that I'm returning back to its old base position where the ball was before, like the position you are seeing, and then from there it will again attempt with the next force. Okay, not going further there. And this is the countdown you saw in the chat, like the same message, and then it's countdown is doing the countdown, and finally it's disappearing, and then the headlight of the two headlight of the car is glowing. So I want to show how I implemented the headlight. Before that, let me see if I have something else to show, because the switching is taking some time. So wait for 1 second, and then switch camera to perspective camera. This perspective camera is actually connected with that car. So after this onward, we will be only seeing the car. We will be using the car as a third party view. So let me go back to the spotlight and show you and come back. I'm going back to show the spotlights from the two side of the car, and so I will go that is also under the group car follow cam, and you see the right spot and left spot. So this is the spotlight, and I have created it from this bulb, and then this is the spotlight. So spotlight I felt more appropriate for the car front lights. So that's what. So let me go back to the block again. Okay, so let's move on the camera part. I mean the scoring part and the operating the car, that part. So wait for a moment. Okay, so here finally it says it throws the camera car following cam. This okay, no, sorry, this is not the message. So this is done. So it's switch the perspective. Now it's on you to control the car. So how you control the car? I have used the W key for moving forward, and then you see backward because there's a direction issue with the camera with the whole group. So I have used backward, but actually it's for that it's moving forward. So yeah, we should ideally handle it properly. And then coming to the left and right, A and D. So A is the left and D is the right, and yeah, that's what. And the car is not physics enabled. It will keep moving with non-physics world, like it will just go to the different coordinate without following the physics. Like something hits, it will not topple, it will not scatter apart, not like that. Okay, so with that, where is the point, the scoring part? So we started with the 1000 score, and then every time the group collides with a tank. So I have 3 tanks, so I have written 3 times the block. So ideally it's a monotonous work to write multiple tank and multiple block for each tank. Ideally Python will help in that case. It can be just a for loop, and you can just iterate, and all these 3 things will be taken care. But leave that aside for this capstone. So this 3 tanks and the ball. So these 4 are the deadly things that will reduce my score significantly. So whenever it reduces my score, I get a broadcast message game over. Ideally the name should not be game over, it should be losing score, and then that's what I am receiving here. And then I'm checking, is the health is 0 or less than 0. If it is, then it's a game over, and I have to further do some more things inside the if block to ensure that the player should not be able to play the game. It should game over and come back to the front page, the beginning. And in the else part, I'm just saying careful, that means you are losing score. So that's what the things. And then once you win, you say I win, and so second. And here also you have to add in some celebrations, something falling from the sky or whatever. And then we can also switch to the next scene. So SCENE. So switch scene to. So you see there is only one item in the scene because I haven't created another scene. Once you have created another scene, it will appear here, and you can just tap it here and then change the scene, and then it will move to the next. And in that scene you can have a button to start, because the on start will not work there. On start, this when flag click, this event will not be available there. So you can either send a broadcast message from here, and you can receive from the other side. That's what I heard. I haven't tested yet. You can test and let me know it is working or not. Or otherwise you can just show a button, and on click of the button you can further proceed on the scene 2. So where is the scene thing? I already showed. It's the same thing here on the left top pane here. So with that, I believe most of the things I have covered. So main thing what I want to say, see this whole map is empty. The whole road is empty, and I just replicated this block right block and this left block, right block and this left, what is that? Give me some time, please. I'm not able to select the group, so I'm able to select this group. Okay, so this is the group right, and then there is a group left, group left, group left. So these points I can group together. I'm not doing it right now. Okay, this is the group left. So yeah, I'm not doing it right now because I actually what you're supposed to do when you create the design, immediately you should group them. If you leave it and do it later point of time, suppose you have used those points in your code, so once you group them, those will disappear. They will disappear, and then finally you will not see them in this design view, or they will not work properly. It will be there in the drop down as if they are there, but they will not work. So I'm talking about these pillars. So pillar 17, 13. So before even I started using this, I could have make a group, and so if I put a group, then these things, if you see in the drop down, they will be disappearing, even though it will be here. So finally this will not going to work. And how to make it work in that case is you can go to the individual group inside, like group right, and then right click on the particular, okay, so the pillar, you can go inside, okay, I will show the group only. So under the group you can right click any object and say height or use in block, use in block. So once you press this, click this use in block, and you can go back to the code, you will see them appearing in the drop down. So that way you can still retain even after doing the grouping later point of time. So yeah, that's what I wanted to tell. And yeah, you can add more lights to give some nice effects in your car. So like for example, on the top of my car I have given one light for a good looking. So the car, if I go to my car quickly by double clicking on that, where is the car? That's the problem. If I have so many things in this left pane, I have to make the grouping and give a right name. And car follow cam. So this one, if you see, there was a light. Yeah, this is the light, I think. This is the light. This is the light, and this point light. So if you move this point light left and right, you see there is a nice effect happening on the car. So see this one is so nice. I like this. Just for that that good looking effect, I was trying to fix it on the top of the car. Yeah, that's what I want to explain. Thank you so much for bearing with me. Bye bye.